Another consideration we want to make as we're getting more into cycling is what kind of shifting we're going to be utilizing to maximize our efficiency and whatever we're comfortable with. So there's a lot of different options. My commuter bike, I actually don't even have a gear set. I use a fixed gear bike, which only has a chain and one cog on the back. With that, I have to constantly be pedaling. But the reason I like that for commuting is not a lot of people like fixed gear bikes, so they're less likely to get stolen, but also I don't have to worry about as much maintenance as I do with my derailleur for shifting. Now, for racing and overall like fitness riding, I want to make sure that I have a nice gear set. So if I'm climbing up a hill, I want to be able to drop down in gears. If I'm going a little bit faster, I want to make sure that I can rev up my gear set so that way I can maximize my efficiency as I'm pedaling. So this specific bike, I have my gear set is specifically on my brake levers. So these are my brakes, this is my rear brake, this is my front brake. So if I want to shift up, all I have to do is press my lever here, the black lever, and if I want to shift down, I can push the silver lever and that'll drop me back down. And then it's just the opposite for my front brake. So pop up, pop down. The reason I didn't actually shift is because I don't want to cause damage to my gear set by shifting while I'm not moving. So you want to make sure that you have that movement. And while you're shifting, you want to anticipate when to shift. So if I know I'm about to come up to a hill, I want to downshift before I start going up the hill. That's going to put a lot less wear on your gear set, but that's also going to maximize your efficiency as you go up. You're not going to lose as much momentum if you anticipate. So I know nobody like uses gear shifts in a car anymore, but it's kind of the same idea with that. So anticipate what's going to happen. I might start shifting up as I'm going downhill because I want to maximize that speed if I'm going through. If it's going to be a windy hill that I'm going down, I might not shift up because I want to be thinking about my braking and anticipating that, and I might not want to maximize that speed as much, depending on what I'm doing with that. So those are some considerations to make. There's a lot of different design features with a bike. So when you're thinking about getting the cycling, some of these things I've actually upgraded myself. So I've switched out the gear set. I've gotten longer crank arms here. I've actually switched out the handlebars a little bit differently. But if you go to any bike shop, they can help you out. You want to make sure you actually do test rides with it so you can make sure the bike fits you properly so you're not causing any necessary injuries to your body. So generally cycling is a low impact exercise, but if you have a poorly fitted bike, if you do go with your clipless pedals and you don't have your cleats oriented appropriately, that can cause a lot of strain, particularly on your knees, and can lead to injuries. So you just want to make sure you have a solid fit and you take time researching and trying out different things to see what works best for you. So that's just a little bit about biking, cycling. We use the two interchangeably, but it's a great activity. You can do it your entire life. You get to enjoy your world. It's a great way to get around. So I love cycling personally, and I'm a huge cycling advocate, and I hope that more of you will join me on the roads and trails in our wonderful area.